Hello and welcome to the United Stand. Ed Woodward has got 18 days to comply with Jose Mourinho's demands of sorting out this transfer list. 18 short days. It's the 20th of June. On the 8th of July the team is back and then they'll very soon be off to the US tour. Is 18 days long enough to get the players in we need? We have dealt quickly in the past. If you think about the Schweinsteiger-Schneiderlin deals, very close together. Mkhitaryan, Zlatan, very close together. But we need more than two. We need 3, 4, maybe 5 players in 18 days. Can it be done? Doesn't seem to be anything going on this week either. So you're down to 10 days then. Is this transfer window going down the pan? Or are people overreacting? And what I want to say as well is, Mourinho is a buy first, sell later manager. Those people who are talking about who's leaving, this, that and the other, I guarantee most Manchester United players don't know they're leaving yet, who are leaving, because Mourinho is a buy first, sell later manager, like I said, and that is the way to be. It's how I would be. Why bother about who's leaving until you've sorted out who's coming in through the door? So, yeah, definitely happy with that. Morata, Bellotti, Morata, Torino, Belotti. Torino have come out and said that there's been no offer from Manchester United for Belotti. That one doesn't really surprise me that much. But Morata, Florentino Perez, as discussed earlier, says there's been no offer for Morata. Of course, many Manchester United fans are saying, well, that's nonsense. Don't believe Perez. It's a load of rubbish. But what if it's true? What if it is true? What if this is just paper talk around Morata and Belotti and we are way off? And it's somebody else we're looking for, which actually does quite excite me. But I've sort of come round to the way of thinking that Morata would be decent for Manchester United. I just always feel that when it comes to Real Madrid, it is a nightmare to bloody deal with them because we won't give them David De Gea. So they are not going to make our life very easy. And I hate it, absolutely hate it, when Real Madrid hold all of the cards. It's frustrating. But Louise O'Donoghue saying Perez is a liar. I can't disagree with you, Louise. I think you're spot on about that. But it doesn't mean anything other than it doesn't mean we're going to get a deal done with Morata. At the end of the day, you're dealing with the devil, aren't you? I've got to talk about this one. Talisca, Anderson Talisca is currently at Besiktas. We are linked with him. Apparently we're very close to doing personal terms. Look, I'll always be honest with you. This deal just depresses me if it happens. It really does. He is not United quality. It stinks of a cheap deal that's of somebody that Mourinho likes. He is no Jedi. If you're a Star Wars fan, he is not a United player. He should be going to somebody like Swansea. If you don't know who he is, I've seen a bit of him. Formerly at Benfica, bit of a troublemaker, but basically rejected by Benfica, and he's been at Besiktas for the last season. He's around 23. You're going to start to see some of the reasons United might be after him here. 6'3", yeah, tall. He's not a centre defensive midfielder, and he's not a winger. He's a bit of a number 10, really. He's a bit of a Pogba. So you could say, well, are we signing him as a backup? And we do need more players in there. I mean, that is the one positive I would say, is we do need a centre defensive midfielder and a centre midfielder. I think we need 2, to be honest. But yeah, 6'3", 23, not particularly fast. Again, he's a bit of a... I don't want to call him the same as Morata, but he's a bit of a 7, 8 out of 10 in most things. He's not particularly good at tackling. He's got a good long shot on him. But the attraction, I would imagine, from Manchester United is the fact that he's out of contract in a year's time and he's relatively cheap. He's not the sort of player United should be going for a midfielder. No way. We're Manchester United, for God's sake. And we should be going for far better than what we're being linked with at the moment. And I hope it is just paper talk in relation to Talisca, because we're being linked to Mata, Eric Dyer and Talisca. And I just think, what are we doing? We're Manchester United. We're in the Champions League. Last summer we were in the Europa League and we signed Paul Pogba, Mkhitaryan and Zlatan and Eric Bailly. 4 fantastic signings with no Champions League. We're now in the Champions League and we seem to be buying as if we're in the Europa League. It's ridiculous. But, I mean, I've got to say, I am reacting to paper news there. I mean, I don't know that that's true, but I wouldn't go near Talisca. He's not a top 4 Premier League player. As I said, I think he'd suit somebody like Swansea far better. And I hope that we're not going to sign him. And I'm honest about that. I'll find the positive in it if we sign him. The positive would be that it's another midfielder, but you know, it just annoys me that it's this obsession with height again. Oh, he's 6'3". He's got a year left on his contract. Let's bargain basement, and he just doesn't. It doesn't attract me as a player for Manchester United at all, if I'm honest. Let's have a look what some of you say. The One Football app on Talisca, yeah. Look, you know what? I accept that some of you will just be getting excited because there is a signing, and some of you will like Talisca. I guarantee you won't have seen him as much as I've seen him, but that's your opinion. And what I would also say is, whether you like him or not, this is what I've mentioned this a lot over the last 2 years about Manchester United. The danger of slipping into mediocrity. My Manchester United lifetime has always been, whether we were winning titles or not, that's where we should be, and that's the sort of players that we should have. Talisca, Fellaini, these are not players that are championship winning, title winning players for Manchester United. And I think this mediocrity and naivety is creeping more and more in, where people are going, oh, you're being unfair on Talisca, he's a really good player. A really good player where? A really good player in a pub league in Portugal. It's a pub league. It's not a very good league. And he got kicked out of Benfica. I mean, this is, I can't spell it out anymore that he's not the quality that we need. Maybe Mourinho thinks he can turn him into something, but it's not an inspiring signing. And I really, really hope it doesn't matter. Josh has also said that it's false. I think it's false as well, because I think it makes no sense, but we will report on it. Darmian to Juventus, apparently. No surprises there. Darmian seems to continuously get linked with moves back to Italy. If we're going to do some business with Juventus, I hope we're not going to do what we did with Evra, where it's just let him have Evra and get nothing in return. I mean, surely we can sort something out and get a Juventus player. Dybala would be nice. Oh, that's nice. But yeah, Dybala, Perisic. Somebody just asked about that. Perisic, I heard quite a positive thing about Perisic today, actually, that we're trying to get him for £25 million, which I think... Sorry, I've got something stuck at my throat. I think in relation to Perisic, if you could get him for £25 million, then that's probably about right. And what people need to forget about Perisic, is, as I give you a positive spin, is he's a good player. He may not be the glamour signing, but he's not like Talisca, who's crap. You know, Perisic actually is a good player with a good pedigree, and he ticks a lot of boxes for Manchester United in relation to his fact. He's fast. He's not fat. He's fast. He's creative, he's got a decent shot on him, and he's very hard working. He would bring a lot to the Manchester United squad. I hope we can get that deal done, because it seems to be that we're after him, but maybe we're not. Maybe we're not. I don't know. Will we get Semedo, says Roy Keane 91. I think that I feel that Semedo thing is paper talk. I don't know what everyone else thinks, but I do think about that. This is all I'm going to mention about Ronaldo tonight. Apparently, Ronaldo advisors have said that if he did leave Real Madrid, there's only one club he'd go to, and that is Manchester United. Avinash says, do you think Jose would be sacked if he fails to win the league next season? No, I don't. Pogboom is defending Talisca, saying that he's not crap. Mate, if you think he should be playing for Manchester United, I don't know why you support Manchester United. You clearly... He is not a good player, and I'll argue this. And this is not the United stand, because the United stand's all about opinion. But I've got to give my opinion as well. And he is not Manchester United quality, nowhere near it. And where have you been watching him play anyway? Reject from Benfica or first team for Besiktas in a crappy league. He's not a very good player. He's not even in the top 10 players in a pub league in Turkey. So no. I don't want him anywhere near Manchester United, if I'm honest. Let's go back to what I was talking about at the start. Belotti, Morata, no official bids apparently, which sort of flies in the face of what was being said last week. I mean, we were expecting this time last week that Morata was going to sign before his wedding on Saturday. What's happened? What is happening with it? We thought it was bartering over a fee, that Real Madrid wanted 80 million and we wanted to pay 60, and now we're hearing different things. I do think that... there is a danger with this summer, and I really want to get your thoughts on this. There is a danger with this summer, and if you look around Twitter, you'll always get extremes of opinion. There's some people saying Woodward's a clown, this is going to be a disaster summer again. There's other people saying give it time. And I certainly would be on that side. I don't think Woodward deserves the bad press that he gets. I think it was a disastrous summer under Moyes, but that was because of Moyes. Under Van Gaal, some of the signings were bad, but he did make the signings. And last year it was very good. So I don't blame Woodward, but I think that this summer is quite a difficult transfer market. It's overinflated in relation to prices, and there's a lot of uncertainty that sort of triggers things. And I think like a certain deal could trigger all this. Like Lukaku to Chelsea could start the ball rolling. Aubameyang to PSG or wherever could start it. Ronaldo leaving Real Madrid would be an explosion, and it would really start. But it's difficult, and it seems to be that Manchester United are finding it difficult in relation to their targets, because Inter Milan have got new money, like AC Milan. There's new money in Serie A, and they're trying to build dynasties, not dismantle them. So Perisic clearly wants to come to United, and I would imagine Manchester United want to get Perisic, but we don't want to pay the silly money that Inter Milan do. So you can want to get your deals done quick, and I'm sure Mourinho wants them done by July the 8th. But the reality is, the transfer market is open till the end of August, which is 2.5 months away. Idiots sign people after the middle of July because you've not got much time to bleed them to bed them in for the new season, which starts around the 12th of August. And you certainly don't want to be signing people in the last week of the transfer window. I mean, can anyone remember that car crash Louis van Gaal season? Was it his first season or was it his second season where we bought Blind, Di Maria? We bought 2 or 3 players in the last week of the transfer window, and we'd already played games and dropped points, and we can't afford that. The first 3 games of the season last year, we won them. We've got to try and replicate that this year, and we need to improve. And Mourinho will know the areas that he needs to improve on, and he will want to bring in the players there so that they are ready. Not in August, not in late July. He'll want them in. But I think just because you want players doesn't mean you can get the deals done. I mean, I'm sure if we said to Inter Milan 50 million for Perisic, he'd be unveiled tomorrow. But we're trying to get a decent deal out of him, and it's like it isn't always easy. And I think we can get lost in that. When a club doesn't want to sell, or a club wants decent fee and he's under contract, it's difficult, and they could drag it out. Morata again with Real Madrid, they may not want to sell him at the moment. They may not want to sell him at all. And they may be saying, well, 80 million, or we're not going to sell him. And as much as we want that deal and that unveiling, this week, it's difficult. Are we looking at other people? I don't know. Gareth Batchelor makes a good point. He says, I feel that early business is key to success. Money is levelling the field. Use something more than money to attract players. Mourinho needs to use his charm and attract the players. I think the other thing I'd be sympathetic about to Manchester United, Woodward and Mourinho is that Griezmann was coming to Manchester United. Our summer was built around Griezmann and the number 7 shirt. And if we were in this situation now where we had Griezmann and Lindelof, would we all be moaning? I don't think we would. I think we'd be saying, well, we've had the best transfer window so far. Griezmann and Lindelof, 2 positions that we need. Number 7, Galactico signing. What a signing Griezmann is. And Griezmann's made his own mind up, but he did let us down. He did let us down right at the last minute. And I would imagine that has sent our plans into turmoil. And it's also made us, inadvertently, it's made us more desperate and harder to make deals, because people will know that the Griezmann thing has collapsed, and that creates a problem for United. So I understand the frustration to some extent with United fans, and what are we doing and what's going on. But I would also flip it to a positive and say, well, the less the press know about what's going on, the better, because we're more covert in relation to what we're doing. And also, I think we are dealing with a very difficult situation for a number of factors. The Griezmann collapse, the fact that clubs are driving hard bargains potentially for targets that we want. But I also agree the clock is ticking. We have 18 days until the team come back, and then we're off to America. And basically, if we went off to America with the squad we've got now, I'd be pretty frustrated, and I'm sure Jose would as well, because what's different from the team from last year? Apart from we haven't got Zlatan anymore, we've still got people like Phil Jones and Rooney part of the squad, and we've signed a centre-back. So that needs to drastically improve over the next 18 days, and I hope it can. I really do. You've got my permission to block Yol Soliman at Evil Duck. He's really starting to get on my tits. Can you morons not spell any names correctly, says One King. I don't know what he's on about. Grammar police on the live comments. And Live Wired Red B says, tough market for Woodward. not a lot available, to be honest, which I would agree with. Gabriel Dadu says, I don't understand why Guardiola is going after Aubameyang instead of Jose. Well, I like Aubameyang. You know, he's the striker I would go for. But why we're not in for him, I don't know. I do have my concerns. I do have my concerns about this transfer window, but I won't assess it until September, and you have to compare it to everybody else. I mean, Liverpool, I don't know who they've signed so far. Virgil van Dijk, obviously, they nearly did. Salah, ex-Chelsea. Roma now. He flopped in the Premier League. It was Mourinho's flop, though, to be fairness, but he did flop. But what Liverpool do, and why they're after Aubameyang as well, is they want quick, creative, exciting players. And why don't we? Why don't we want that? That's what United were always built up on. Pace down the wide, pace up front, getting many men in the box. That's not sexist, by the way, because there are no women who play for Manchester United. But it's very hard to predict something that you don't know. But Unknown Ting says he's concerned. I think in 10 days' time, well, probably July the 2nd would leave us a week, 6 days before everyone comes back for training. And I think by then, if we've not made at least 2 signings, then I would start to get concerned, because the closer you get to the start of the season, the more hard the bargain the other teams can drive at us. But let's presume Perisic and Morata are the 2 signings that we know about that we're going to make. There is still the big unknown as to who the other player is going to be, and I hope it's not Talisca, and I hope it's not Matic. I'm really hoping that Chelsea are going to sign him on a new contract, and Mourinho might be upset by that and feel he's missed out, but to be honest, I think we'll have dodged the bullet. I don't want him at Manchester United either. I think he's such an uninspiring signing. Another tall player. Just go and get Nainggolan, go and get Matuidi, or go and get Fabinho, and you're going to make United fans happy then. And I know the team shouldn't be managed by the fans at all, but we need to be inspired. We need to be excited, and I think a lot of the names that have been mentioned around Manchester United this summer haven't been that exciting. I do see the potential in Morata. I do see what Perisic can bring. I think Lindelof's a good signing. But Dyer or Matic, they're not inspiring. And I think if that was our summer, that would be our summer. I was thinking today about James Rodriguez, because I know he gets mentioned a lot. And I just think, you know what? If there's nothing else available, why don't we just go and sign James Rodriguez? Because he is an edge of the seat sort of player. He would excite. And I think United fans deserve that. Simon Melvin's made a contribution. Thank you, Simon. He says, Renato Sanchez, is he a target? In my opinion, he'd fit well. I like Renato Sanchez. His career has sort of nosedived. He's not even getting in the Portugal side at the moment, is he? And he's struggling at Bayern Munich, and they've just bought the lad from Lyon, haven't they? Talisca. But it's Talisca, sorry. I don't know. I just hope that there is a lot that we don't know as fans. There are going to be some exciting signings. I've sort of become quite tired of the Ronaldo thing. I thought it was exciting over the weekend, but then reality always bit for me. I think there's a 1 in 10 chance that he will come, and the longer it goes on, it just feels more and more like it's all about him getting a better deal, and I think United believe that. But there doesn't feel, and I'm not hearing that there is. I mean, today, obviously, I'm off on paternity leave at the moment, so obviously reacted to the Mourinho tax thing, which we've done a video on, so I'm not going to mention again because I thought it was pretty straightforward. But I don't feel like, and I don't know how you feel, I don't feel like I'm going to have to react to any transfer news this week. I don't feel like, oh yeah, we've signed anybody. It just doesn't feel like it, and that's what worries me the most. And I don't know how you all feel about that, but that's what worries me the most. It just doesn't feel like it. It doesn't feel like we're going to do it. Daniel Whittles, thanks for the contribution. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to take some of your questions now anyway, because I've covered everything I wanted to do. So wax them in. But Mark's getting some stubble. Mark's always also sporting the United Stand t-shirts, which a lot of you have been on about. They are now available. You can buy the United Stand t-shirt. And I tell you what, it is good. we've sampled some over the last 6 months, and finally we've gone with we can buy them through Amazon, which is obviously very, very credible, very easy to do. Link is in the video description. Only available in the UK and the USA at the moment. We're speaking to Amazon about that because we've said, look, we're a worldwide fan channel and we need to make it available to everybody. But it was just going to be the USA. They've sorted a link out for the UK. So there's 2 links in the video description, UK, USA. 5 colours, I believe. This is the navy blue one. It might not be coming across as navy blue on your with the lighting. But navy blue, sky blue, red, white and black at the moment, and all with the logo on there, which actually probably looks a little bit bigger than it does in real life as well, because I've had to mess around with the camera. So they are available through Amazon, link in the video description. Get yourself a t-shirt, and also we are going to give away a free one to whoever buys a t-shirt tonight. Not everybody, but we're going to pick a name out of the hat, which we'll announce tomorrow night. From whoever buys a t-shirt tonight, you'll get a bonus one. We'll reveal who the winner is tomorrow night. But they're nice. They are good. I'm going to get myself a few to wear during the summer as well because it's hot. But yeah, a lot of you had asked about that, so it's in the video description now. You can support the United stand and have a t-shirt. We're going to do the polo shirts, Kajak. I prefer the polo shirts, but I know a lot of people prefer t-shirts. We've done a sky blue one for a bit of a laugh, really, because there's only one club in Manchester. That was the joke. But I mean, the navy blue one's my favourite, and the red one. K&N Game says Perez said they don't want De Gea. Good. Charles Forchi says wand of a left foot. We need James Rodriguez. He's going to go somewhere. He's going to go somewhere. Darren Connolly says how much are the t-shirts? Check on the link. I think they're about. It might be slightly cheaper if you're in. I don't know what the translation rate is in relation to dollars and UK, but check the link out. I Am for Change doesn't want Ross Barkley. I'd prefer Ross Barkley to Talisca any day of the week. Tom Sampson, do you think Messi will be successful? I presume you mean at Manchester United. He'll never come to Manchester United. He'll never come to Manchester United. I'm not worried one bit because we will be successful, says Jermaine Lewis. We will be happy. We just don't know what is going on behind the scenes, which is a bit positive, and I would feel like that as well. But then Andrew Ellis says, I'm not optimistic of Jose winning the league or Ed Woodward getting the players in. You can't. Manchester United fans are very educated fans, and we can't come out of this summer with 1 signing. So I don't think we can come out of it with 3. I think there needs to be at least 5. The obvious ones: centre defensive midfielder, centre back, which we've already got in Lindelof, striker, winger, and I think we need another centre midfielder and potentially a fullback. So and potentially another striker. I mean, I've just got a very, 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 very big concern that Zlatan is obviously going to be training with the team, and we're gonna keep him sort of training until December, and then we're going to give him a short contract, and we'll keep Rooney as well, and we'll just get Morata. And then what's changed from last season? This is the problem. I'm sure some fans would be like, oh yeah, I'll be happy with Zlatan at Christmas coming back, and we may as well keep Rooney for his experience. But it makes me want to bang this table, really. We won the Europa League, but we were at times lucky to get that Europa League. I mean, let's not forget the semi-final. We were 1 kick away in the last kick of the game from going out. The League Cup doesn't mean anything. The FA Cup, whatever. And in the league, which is where you really are judged, we finished 6th. And we finished 6th because our strikers weren't good enough. 1 striker coming through the door isn't enough. I feel that we need 2. And they need to be clinical strikers. Anik says, why don't we buy back Robin Van Persie? Because he's too old. He's finished. We need a centre defensive midfielder and a striker as soon as I have complete faith in Mourinho. Need to get rid of Rooney. We need a game changer in big games, says United in the stands. And Zlatan will come back, says Anthony Abderab. Yeah, well, apparently Zlatan said he'll be back fit by November. I would imagine we'll give him a short-term contract. But then again, are we going to be used by Zlatan? I'll be back in November for 3 months, and then I'm off to the MLS when it starts in February. Up yours, you're not coming back at all. We'll sign somebody now, would be my reaction to that. If Zlatan's back, Zlatan needs to stay till the end of May. What's the point in having somebody for 3 months? Why is United logo on your shirt almost under your arm. Feels like it's on the wrong place. Because this is a prototype, if I'm totally honest. The other one is further over and a slightly smaller. Yeah, you won't have any problems with the ones that are done. Eddie O'Neill says the t-shirts range between £15 and £18.50. Do you sell kids' prize sizes? Says Jake Holden. Yeah, we've got kids and women sizes. So we are sexist. We are not sexist, and we are open for all. Go for Sanchez, says Junior Mitchell, and do a Robin Van Persie. He's got to want to come. He's got to want to come. Matuidi, United fan, says Matuidi. I like Matuidi. Again, you get a lot of people saying Nainggolan's not a centre defensive midfielder. Matuidi's not a centre defensive midfielder. I appreciate they're not centre defensive midfielders, but they could very easily, especially in relation to Nainggolan, be adapted to a centre defensive midfielder, especially because he's 29. His game needs to adapt a bit, and he'd be perfect. And the great thing about Nainggolan is his tackling and tenacity and breaking up of the play is probably one of the best in the world. And he does play box to box. But if you just said, play a little bit more defensive and let Pogba do the attacking, I think he'd be fantastic. He'd have to adapt, but I think he'd be fine. Beck Howell loves the tops. Good. We were thinking about offering a pink one. So if there's enough ladies out there, or boys who like that sort of thing, we could do a pink one. We're also thinking, I've asked Drawty to do some special design t-shirts, like Wonder the Left Foot and stuff like that. Zed Jamie says, I'm concerned about Anthony Martial. Look, we spoke about this on Sunday. If we sold Anthony Martial this summer, I think there'd be outrage. I think there would be absolute anger, and quite rightly so. Martial's got this season to sort it out, but he must be given this season, because it's a myth that he was bad last season. He actually played quite well at times. He did play badly, but he played well at times. But Mourinho never gave him a chance. He'd have a good game. Next game he'd have a bad half and he's off and not playing for 3 games. Whereas Lingard could be consistently average and play every week. So Martial must be given an opportunity this season. On that point, Michael Keane is apparently very disappointed that his dream move back to Manchester United hasn't happened. Well, you know what? Michael Keane's a good centre-back, and as a backup centre-back, I wouldn't have minded him. But Lindelof was exactly the right signing. Michael Keane was not the right signing to be a first-choice Manchester United centre-back. And just because you go on holiday with Lingard, we've already got a dabber. We don't need anyone else doing dressing room mascot dancing. Get Chicharito back, says Ryan. Controversial, but I do agree. And when will we get the United Stand t-shirts on Amazon in India? We are talking to them, don't worry. Hats and caps and all that jazz. The reason we're doing the t-shirts through Amazon, somebody just asked, is because it's a reputable company and it's very easy for you to order it, and the delivery times are a lot quicker. I literally got my one the other day. It came in 2 days. When we tried to do this last summer, people were waiting 2 weeks, and United Stand's all about community and providing a decent service, so it was a good fit. Jonathan Royston Ford's just ordered the white one. Amazon primed it. You see, you can get them very, very quick as well. So we wanted to offer something that was decent. We spoke to Amazon and they were willing to do it. Kent Aurori's made a contribution. We should not pause our transfers because of Cristiano Ronaldo. Lovely. I find it frustrating, to be honest. I find it frustrating because Ronaldo's not going to do anything until the end of June, because he's playing in the Confederations Cup with Portugal. He's then going to talk to Real Madrid, and he will have had a lot of time to calm down by then, and Real Madrid will offer him the earth, and we'll be no further forward. If we could get Ronaldo, you can't turn it down, but it's just a waste of our time. It's a waste of our time. And my honest concern about it, I think a few people are ordering t-shirts, which is nice. My honest concern about it is that the Morata deal has probably been messed up a bit by this Ronaldo thing, because we have this scenario now where Real Madrid might be saying, you're not having Morata until we know what's happening with Ronaldo, so you can wait 10 days. Or United might be saying, we're not finishing the Morata deal until we know what's happening with Ronaldo, so we'll wait 10 days. Or Morata might be saying, I'm not going to sign until I know what's happening with Ronaldo because I don't want to sit on the bench. So we're waiting 10 days. So the Morata deal could inadvertently be messed up by Ronaldo, to which my response would be, you know what, there's not a hell of a lot of difference between you and Belotti. See you later, Alvaro. Torino, there's £84 million. Can we have Belotti, please? And they'll go, yes, and we'll take Belotti, and then we don't have to deal with Real Madrid. And that's what I would do personally, but I do rate him. That's just my thoughts. There we go. Casemiro, says Abdullah. It's another Real Madrid player. It's another Real Madrid player. And it's... yeah. Just dealing with them is very, very difficult. I prefer Belotti, says Chris Kins. Leave Ronaldo alone, get Morata and Nainggolan, says Daniel Stein. I tell you what, if we could get Nainggolan from Roma, that signing would be fantastic. But can I just say something? Salah going from Roma to Liverpool doesn't help us get Nainggolan because Roma need money, and obviously they've got money now through Salah. So that deal getting done probably doesn't help our hopes of getting Nainggolan, whether we were going to get him anyway. North Star 74 doesn't think that Morata will come. According to the One Football app, we're willing to pay over the odds for Eric Dyer. I'd rather get Eric Dyer than Matic, I've got to be honest with you. But it doesn't... Craig Farrell's been blocked by Talisca on Twitter, hopefully because you told him he was crap. But yeah, I would rather get Eric Dyer than than Matic. If I'm totally honest. But neither of them really do inspire me that much. I might just have a little bit of news for you here. Let me just double check. It's just all about the Paul Pogba deal. FIFA are going to investigate the deal. Manchester United are in the clear. It's Juventus who are being investigated. Well, I said that when this broke a few weeks ago. United won't have done anything wrong. So yeah, nothing to worry about there. And I don't want any other teams. Okay. It seems to be a few of you who are interested in the t-shirts, which is great. It's just it's another, wear it with, if you do buy a t-shirt, wear it with pride, because people will go, what's that? And then you can go, United Stand YouTube channel, and then we'll get bigger and bigger as a community, and your voice will get louder and louder, which is what we want. We want the United Stand to get louder and louder, and the voice to get louder and louder. Skype Goldbridge was fantastic last night. Loads of new people on, really, really good opinions, and we'll be doing that again on Thursday night. But I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover tonight. I have noticed, don't worry, there seems to be, I'm very in touch with what's going on with United fans, and there is a buzz drop at the moment. This happened about 2 weeks ago. Everyone gets excited about the Griezmann thing. He rejected us, and it dropped off for a few days. And I think what's happened is we had an excitement a bit over the week, towards the end of last week, thinking Morata was going to sign, or Perisic, and then the Ronaldo thing, and then reality bites with Ronaldo, and we don't know what's happening with Morata, and people are dropping off again, getting a little bit upset and frustrated, which I do understand. But what I would say is, look, this is what the United Stand's all about. This is why we do it every day of the year, because during the season, there's lots to talk about tactics. During the off-season, it's all about transfers and how we're going to set up next year. Hang in there. We're not just going to end up with Lindelof. We will sign at least 4 players, and I have a strong feeling that we don't know who some of those players will be. A lot of people mention Anderson Talisca. 1, he's crap, and 2, I think the rumours are rubbish. I don't think there's any credibility in it at all. It feels very much like Gayton to me, which went on for years. He basically said last week that he'd love to play for Manchester United, and it's built up from there. He's not good enough to play for Manchester United. We shouldn't be going anywhere near him. So hopefully we won't do that. Remember to drop a like on the video, says Rugby7440. Remember, if you are new to the United Stand, click the subscribe button at the bottom right hand corner. Get involved. Got a fantastic community. Again, I applaud the live comments. You are absolutely fantastic. And Big Mike is saying it's the most frustrating transfer window. No. There used to be a hell of a lot frustrating. Can you remember when we used to have them ones with Sir Alex? Where he'd go, there's no value in the market, and we'd spend all summer thinking we were going to sign somebody like Ozil or Schneider, or even Ronaldinho, if anyone can remember that far enough, and we'd end up getting Beppe or someone like that. You know, no value in the market. It was more frustrating under Sir Alex Ferguson, even though we were way more successful. So I've actually found the last few transfer windows quite interesting and exciting. I just think we do need to get a couple of deals done just to sort of get a bit of confidence about us as well. Drop a like on the video, please, and that would be appreciated. And as I said, t-shirts are now available in white, red, black, navy blue and sky blue to give it to the City players, City fans. Links in the video description. They're available in the UK, they're available in America. We're working on getting them available elsewhere, but a lot of people have been asking about the t-shirts, and they're finally up and running now, and it's through Amazon, which is the big thing. It's through a credible company. You can get them delivered quite quickly. If you want to go and get them, that'd be fantastic, and we will be giving away, whoever buys one tonight, we'll pick one out at random tomorrow morning, and we'll give one away tomorrow night. We'll name you and not shame you, because you'll have 2 t-shirts instead of 1. Thanks for watching. Exciting times for the United stand, finally doing a bit of merchandise, but hopefully we can get a bit of exciting times for Manchester United. I just don't feel we're going to sign anybody this week, but hopefully I'm going to be wrong. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll speak to you all very soon. Drop a like on the video. Of course, back tomorrow at 7 AM with the transfer show. Unless something happens tonight, breaking. It sometimes does between 10 and 11. Cristiano Ronaldo's made a contribution. I'm only acting like a little crybaby because I can. My mother still reads me bedtime stories despite my age and my amazing physique. Check out the abs, bruh. Don't Photoshop me yet in a United shirt. And that's from Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm sure it's not really him, but thank you for the contribution. And thanks for everybody tonight. Really enjoyed it. And I'll just answer Darshan as well. He says, Mark, how much truth in Nelson Semedo rumours? I don't think they're true. I think it's a load of nonsense. But it'd be a welcome signing. But I can't see it happening, to be honest. Thanks for watching. Speak to you all later. And have a good evening. Apparently it's going to be another scorcher in the UK tomorrow. So, yeah, get a t-shirt. See that? Nice little pun. Speak to you all later. Thanks for watching.